I used to work for an old mapping company. Don't think like Google Maps. It was more like of a small subcontracting business. We documented buildings, plotted underground spaces for city utilities. I was assigned to a rural area out in Oregon. Dead zones, forest, even a few gas stations. Nothing remarkable until I found a tunnel. There was no marker, no structure above ground, just a rusted metal hatch set into the earth beneath a line of pine trees. It wasn't locked, just sealed by age and time. The moment I opened it, I felt wrong, like I had just peeled back skin. The tunnel sloped downward. Old concrete, cold air. You ever smell dust that's been compressed for decades? That's exactly what it was like. And deeper in, the smell of chalk. That's when I found the classroom. No lights, just rows of old desks, little chairs, blackboards with lessons still half written, and faded chalk. The weird thing was, the dust stopped. Like the place had been cleaned. And recently too. There was a stack of papers on the front desk. I pulled one out. It was the class list. First names only. And some were crossed out. And one had a note beside it. Not ready to leave. I slowly backed out. Something about the whole atmosphere just changed. Like somehow it knew I'd read it. Like I'd broken something quiet. Then I heard footsteps. Slow, deliberate, not rushing, just walking toward me through the tunnel. I ducked behind the old teacher's desk, trying not to breathe. The footsteps got closer, then stopped. But that's when I heard it. A voice. A woman's voice. Soft, like a teacher giving instructions. She said, "Time to come back to the class." I didn't move. Didn't even blink. Then I heard the drawer open beside me. The desk. Something brushed against my arm. I bolted. Didn't care about the sound. I ran, nearly falling on the slick concrete, until I saw the light again. I slammed the hatch behind me and didn't stop running until I hit the road. Later that week, I tried to report it to the county's records office. Told them there was a structure down there. The clerk behind the desk just blinked. Told me there were no records of any school even being built in that part of the county. No construction permits. No underground utilities. It was just forest and empty ground. But I swear to you, that skull was real. And somewhere, in that old stack of names, there was a fresh page with my name on it, already crossed out. My brother and I were hired to do renovation work on an old house in upstate New York. The owner wanted the place stripped right back to the studs. Said it had a bad energy and wanted it completely reset. We didn't care. We were just happy because we were getting paid. The first few days were normal. Tearing out drywall, pulling out insulation. But then I found something behind the bedroom wall. A message. Written in black Sharpie on the inner wood slats. It said, "He comes at night. Don't look at him." I showed it to my brother. He laughed. Said it was probably a prank from some teenager. We kept working. But I started looking behind every panel that we pulled now. And I kept finding more. Stay out of the attic. He can smell fear. Don't open the door beneath the stairs. They weren't all written the same. Some are carved in. Others had been scrawled in pencil. One was smeared in what I can only imagine at this stage was blood. My brother didn't want to talk about it anymore. He just wanted to finish and get paid. But that night, I heard something move in the attic. It was steady, one step at a time. Then a pause, then another. I didn't shake. I didn't even dare to breathe loud. I just lay there, staring at the ceiling, counting each step. And when they stopped, I swear I heard something breathing directly above me. In the morning, I found my brother already packing up tools. He said he was done. Wouldn't look me in the eye. He was just rambling. There's someone living in that house. I decided I would stay one more day, just to finish patching up the stairwell. I was behind the panel beneath the stairs when I found the last message. It was on a flat piece of particle board, but this one was different. It was written perfectly, clean, no dust. It simply said, "Stop looking. He's already seen you." That's when the lights cut out. All of them. I was in the pitch black now. And I swear to you, I heard something start breathing from behind the panel. Close. Like it was inside the wall. I dropped my tools and ran out of the house. Left everything behind. Didn't stop running until I reached the neighbour's yard. I turned to look back. One of the attic windows was open, and I could see someone pressed against the glass, watching. I've had nightmares every night since. I dream about the messages that I didn't find yet, about the voice breathing just behind my head. and the attic door. They won't stay shut. I moved into a new apartment after my lease had ended. It was decent. Big windows, but crappy kitchen. The kind of place you try to convince yourself is temporary. I wasn't expecting much, but I didn't necessarily expect to find a note under the fridge. I didn't find it until I dropped my keys one morning. They had slid under the fridge. I bent down to reach and saw the edge of a torn envelope, tucked deep under the dust. I pulled it out. It was sealed. There was no writing on the front, so it's not like it was the old person's post or anything like that. Inside was a single piece of paper, folded 3 times. It said, "Don't stay past 3 nights." That's all. No name, no date, just that. I stood there staring at it for a while. Then I laughed at myself. Thought it was just some weird joke. Or some part of some escape room thing, maybe, that a tenant forgot. But that night, I noticed something weird. The bathroom light flickered every time I entered. But only once. Just one flicker. The next night, it flickered twice. And the third night, 3 times. On the 4th night, I slept on a friend's couch. I told myself it was stupid, but I didn't want to go back. Night 5, I plucked up the courage to stay at my own place again. Nothing happened at first. I'd actually even kind of forgotten about the note by now. But around 2 a.m, I woke up cold. All of the lights were off. Then I heard it. Soft footsteps coming from the hallway. Then the flicker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I stayed still, listening. The steps stopped just outside my bedroom. I could hear breathing. Not loud, but just enough to figure out that it wasn't mine. I didn't move. I couldn't even open my eyes. I waited until it got light out. By that time I was brave enough to pack my stuff and get out of there. The landlord said there was nothing in the unit. No maintenance issues. No complaints from neighbours. He offered to have someone check the lights for me. I just straight up told him I'm not coming back. 2 weeks later, I got a message on Facebook from someone I didn't know. Just a photo of that same apartment. And below it, the caption, "Did you find the note under the fridge?" There's this old government building on the edge of our city. Half of the people don't even know it's there. It's overgrown, chained off, and fenced tight. There's no road signs or addresses visible, just tall stone walls with blacked out windows. My friend Noah found a gap in the back fence, said we could get through it and then into the basement. I wish we hadn't. The door was rusted shut at first, but with a crowbar and some shoulder work, we got it open. The air inside hit me first. Dust, oil, rot. Like the whole place had been breathing in its own secrets. The lower floor was just rooms and hallways, all empty. One half renovated, the other half decayed. But then we found the metal stairs. They went down. And that's when things started to take a turn. I don't know how far down they went. There weren't any signs, no markings, just steps and more steps. Like someone didn't want you to know what level you were on. We passed by old labs, empty rooms with chalkboards, weird pipes built into the walls like they were part of some system that just didn't belong in the century. Then we reached the landing. It had a door, but not just any door. This one bolted from our side. Noah undid the bolt. He was already walking in by the time I caught up. The room inside was small, bare, except for one thing. A chair, bolted to the center of the floor. And in front of it, a huge mirror, not hanging on the wall, a standing mirror, like someone wanted to watch themselves from inches away. Noah laughed, said it looked like an interrogation room, but I wasn't laughing. I saw something scratched into the back of the chair. Just a few words, barely visible under all the rust. Don't sit. I told him. I even started backing off. But he must have just thought it was all part of the act. Get up. I don't like this. But Noah already was sitting down. That's when the lights changed. Fluorescence overhead flickered. The mirror dimming. Just for a second. And I swear to God, I seen something in it. Not Noah. Something sitting across from him. Watching. I grabbed him. Yanked him out of the chair. He didn't speak the whole way back up. Just kept muttering. Still there. We got outside. We never went back. 2 nights later, Noah texted me. Said he'd been seeing his reflection move, even when he didn't. Said mirrors made him nauseous now, He'd smashed the one in his own bathroom. Then he smashed his closet door. I haven't seen him in person since. But last week, I got another message. No text, just a photo. It was from inside that room. Same chair. Same mirror. But this time, there was someone sitting in it. And their face was exactly like mine. I moved in this small flat after my divorce. It was nothing special. Old pipes, noisy floorboards, and a front door that always stuck. But I quite liked the quiet. It felt like the world had stopped spinning for a while. Until I noticed the echo. It came from one door. The one to the hall closet. Whenever I dropped my keys or cleared my throat, I'd hear the sound mirrored back. Not immediately, with a delay. Like the flat was listening and thinking. At first, I chalked it up to acoustics. Just thought that there wasn't much stuff here yet. But then it started echoing things I didn't do. One morning, I heard a cough. My own voice. But I hadn't made a sound yet. I stood there, holding my breath. And I heard it again. A faint cough. Then keys jingling. Then the door creak. All matching my routine from the day before. It was somehow like the door was remembering me. Like it had replayed the sound of me living there. On its own. I stopped opening it. I didn't want to hear what it would echo next. But some nights, I'd wake up and hear breathing from behind it. Not fast, not urgent, just distinctly human. One night I knocked. I don't know why I did it. I just needed to know. I knocked 3 times. And I swear, it knocked back. Not loud. Not delayed. Perfectly in time. After that, I started sleeping with music on. But even then, sometimes I'd wake up to the silence and hear whispers on the other side. I told myself I was going crazy. But then I found the writing. I was cleaning under the radiator when I saw a corner of torn paper wedged up against the wall. It was yellowed, cracked, looked like it had been there for years. On it, in tiny handwriting, it said, "The door listens. Do not speak your name aloud." I moved out a few weeks later. Told myself I was just being ridiculous. But on the last day, I went back to the closet. Just to see. Maybe to prove to myself that I actually had just imagined it all. I opened it slowly. There was nothing inside, just old coats and a cracked mirror at the back. But then I heard it. My voice from behind the mirror. It was saying something I hadn't said. Not yet. It said, I should have never opened the door. And it didn't sound like a warning. It sounded like a memory.